Alright, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I use utensils to eat with. And I have a cervical spinal cord injury, quadriplegic at C5, C6, C7 complete. So I cannot use my fingers. The only way I can use my fingers is with the wrist, which they call tenodesis. So to open my hand, I gotta go like this, and to close my hand, I gotta go like this. So it's all on the wrist, and so that's how I got to do daily tasks. And so we're gonna show you how I eat. So whenever I was first in the hospital or rehab, when I started eating, they gave me one of these right here, and it has my last name on there. And what this is a tool to help you eat or use silverware. And as you can see, it has a piece of foam in there like that, and it's round, so you will be able to hold it, because I can't actually grip very good at all, so I can't actually just hold a fork. Or well, they didn't think I could be able to, but this is what it looked like. And then you put your thumb in this thing right here and you pull it tight, and then you pull it like that. So there it is, and it has a hole right there. I don't know if you can see it, but they gave me this at rehab. And what you do is you put your fork down in that hole, so like this. As you can see, it's in that hole right there. You can see it, and that allows you to actually go and eat things. That way you're not going to drop your fork, and you don't need very good hand dexterity to use a fork or whatever you want. So they started me out with this, and when I got home I used it for probably a couple months, I'd say, and then it was getting dirty, and I did not want it to be dirty because it looked terrible, but I decided to just buy a new one. But the problem was I couldn't find one that good. These are the ones I found. Like this one right here is black with a tan, but it's a little different. It's not as, it doesn't have as much or as good quality as that one did. For one, the ring right there where you put your loop, where you put your thumb through, it's not very big. So if you have big thumbs, you can't get it in there. And it just feels cheap, kind of. So I got this one right here, and then I got this one right here. I didn't like that one, so I got this one, and it's a little different. Instead of it being a cylinder, it's kind of like a moon shape, but its ring is a little bigger right there. You can see it, but I still didn't really like it. Instead of the foam, it was plastic right there. And then there was this one right here. And this one doesn't have any foam, it's just Velcro and that material. And so you just put it around your hand, and you put the, so you go like this, and you put the, you put it around like so, and you have it like this. And except I probably got it on the wrong way, I don't know. But I did not like these. For one reason, I could only use certain like forks and spoons. Like, for example, our old silverware a long time ago, many years ago, was like this. The handle looked like that, so it's like real thin, and as you can see, it's real thin there, and this is a fork like this. And I did, whoops, I did not like that. I had to use our old silverware because our new silverware, the handles are too big and bulky to actually fit in the holes of these right here. So I decided that I would be better off if I tried to do without these utensil holders like this. And I haven't used a utensil holder in probably a year by now, I'd say. So I'm going to show you how I use that. I'm going to move these out of the way here. And we're going to use this putty as food, I guess, is what we're going to use it as. So, like right here, this fork, you can automatically tell right off the bat that it is going to be a lot thicker. See how wide that is and how thick it is? And it's just a lot easier for me to hold on to because I cannot actually grab the fork. So this helps a lot more than those skinny ones, our old ones. So this one right here, as you can see, is just like this. Sorry about that. It's just like this, and it's real wide. And so this is how I actually do it. So if it's laying here like this, I'm right-handed, so I hold the fork in this hand. I'll take my left hand and I'll push down on the fork like this to lift the handle up. And then I won't actually just grab it like this, but what I do is I go like this and do the tenodesis part with my wrist down to open my fingers, and I will go like this, and I'll put it through one finger, on my index finger. So as you can see like that, I just go like this, and then I can slide it down however far I want. I normally leave it about right there, as you can see. And I just go like this, and I pick something up, and then I eat it. And if it's something a little tough, let's say like broccoli stems, that's just an example because I had some terrible broccoli stems at my rehab place. But if it's a little tougher, I'll just go like this, and then I will put it down on the food, and I'll take this other hand and I'll push down, boom, and then I'll go up like this, and I'll lift up the piece of food and I'll put it in my mouth. So that is a fork, and I got another fork here, and it is a little smaller, and I used this kind of fork before my accident, and I didn't like the bigger ones. See how short that is right there? And now look how long this one is. Like, see how long that is? How long the actual tines are on the end compared to this one here. See how short that is? So after my accident, I stopped using these shorter forks because things were falling off and I couldn't get it from the plate to my mouth. So this here, I like it a lot better because it is a lot bigger on the tines, as well as it's a lot better because the handle is a lot wider and thicker. So that is the fork right there, and here's the spoons, and same thing with the spoons. I got this little one here, and it's a teaspoon, just like this, and then I got the tablespoon, which is like this. And before my wreck, I used this teaspoon because this one was way too big, and now I much rather prefer this tablespoon here because if I'm eating soup or something, I can get it on here without actually making a mess from the plate to my mouth. So if it's soup or something with liquid, it's not going to run over, you know. So once again, I just hold my spoons just like that on top of my thumb knuckle and through the index finger and up through there, and then I'll just go like this, and I'll go like that, and then eat it, whatever, like that. So that is spoons. So let me put these out of our way over here. And now we are on to knives, which took me kind of the hardest to figure out, longest I mean. So this here is a butter knife, and just a butter knife like this. And I never really knew how to use this, such as like put butter on something. But I figured it out. Dang gnat. So this is how I do it. Like this. You'll see I put the handle through between my index finger and my middle finger like that, and my thumb is like this. So the handle actually comes from right here all the way to in the back like that. So this allows me to go like this, you know, and I got control over it. It's not going to slip out. And I use my other hand. So if I'm on butter, if I got butter or something like that, I'll just take this, use two hands for one utensil, and I'll get like butter, let's say, you know, and then I will just get my piece of bread and I'll put it on there, and then I'll just butter it up like that. And that is how I use a butter knife. And lastly is a steak knife, which is like this right here. Steak knife like this. You see that? Okay, so I didn't really know how to cut something because they never showed me. So I figured it out and used the same concept. Is just like this, run through between middle finger and index finger and out toward my thumb like this, and up and down. And I will use this other hand to put on top of the handle like this to give it force. So I'll just go like this, and then I'll move it down and back and forth like that. But I do this knife a little different. What I do is, instead of just putting it through my index finger, I'll put it through my index finger as well as my middle finger. So you can see that right there. So instead of having it like this, I have it like this, like that, through my index finger, two fingers. And what this does is, hold on. Okay, like that. See how that is? And you know, I can't really cut like that, so I gotta have something applying pressure. So I use this hand right here, and I go like this, and I go back and forth with both hands. Like this. So I just cut that, and I'll show you what it looks like. It's probably gonna stick together. Yep, it's sticking together. So that's that. And also, to cut something with a fork, I'll use the big fork like I like. And to cut something with a fork, you just do the same concept as the knife, kind of. But this is how I hold my fork, just like that, and eat da-da-da-da-da. If I gotta cut something with a fork, I will go like this, and I'll take this hand, and I'll bring it up over here, and I'll turn it. I'll turn it like this, to where the fork is sideways. You see how that is? Like this. So I'll eat something like this, and then if I gotta cut something, I will go like this onto that, and then I'll turn the blade sideways like that, and then I will go like this and cut just like that. And then after it's done, I'll pick it up. Depending how hard it is, I'll use this and I'll eat it. So that is the way I use utensils without any utensil holders or helpers. And this is as good as hand dexterity as I got. And I like doing things without equipment, without tools like those utensil holders, because if I rely on them so much, when I find myself without those, I'm basically screwed. So I like to do things with as little tools as possible, and I hope I showed you how to eat with utensils, I guess, without hand dexterity, and I hope it helped you.